folks, welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys. This is a Vlogzilla. This is, welcome to 2019 Vlogzilla. Welcome. Yeah, I wanted to do these. It's already like, what's the date? The 18th right now, and you're gonna see this, on the 19th in the morning, and it should be snowing. No, it won't be snowing. It'll be snowing later. It was snowing today already here in NYC. But I wanted to do one of these for a bit, but at the same time, I wanted to bang out as many reviews as possible. As you know, I kind of ended the year with like a little bit less reviews than I had normally been doing, just because of like things that was happening, holidays, sick, all that jazz, you know. So I've been trying to get as many reviews done as possible without going too overboard, without, you know, like interfering with like regular work. If you have been following me here and you've seen my like community posts, I've posted that you know, one of the things I'm trying to do, and now I'm not doing it right now because you're seeing this in the morning, but it's part of it. Like I've been trying to post mostly at night. And 9 p.m. EST is the time slot I want to post as many things as possible there. And then every once in a while, and it might be every other day for all I know, I'll do a double video day. I do like double video days, especially if I could get more ahead. I think that really is fine for me because I don't post anything super back-to-back. It's always at least like 12 hours apart. And I think that's good. And I want to make it flexible enough where, you know, it could be both or could just be one. And that one, if it's only one, it's always going to be at 9 p.m. That is my preferred destination, you know, because it's a good time for premieres as well. Not that I'm going to be doing too many premieres. I do like them. But I think the content has to be right, and it's hard to say what exactly is the right content. You know what I'm saying? Like, something that I think I'm gonna be one of the first people to do, that's good. Otherwise, I probably won't do it. I'll probably just get my review up and move forward. I do like like if I did a major unboxing, maybe that. But at the same time, you know, my last few unboxings have been live, and people seem to dig that. I seem to get a good response when I just pop up out of nowhere with maybe like a little bit of warning, and I might be doing that more often for unboxings when I decide to do them. Sometimes if I just get a single item in and I know I'm not going to have, and it's not like something major, like, and I know I'm not going to have something, you know, to supplement it, I'll just, you know, post it up on Instagram and move it forward. So follow my Instagram. The link is down below as well. I definitely do post. How's that? Yeah, a little bit more light on my face. Hey. I got 3 lights now. I'm not using them for every video though. So let's move on. You know, follow Instagram. I post a lot of stuff there. If it's not an unboxing here, it is usually you know, an alert there that I got something new. Like yesterday, I posted that I got Luke. From the new Archive series. Ooh, I don't want to go too close. There's a light right underneath them. So yeah, I got 3 lights now, which is good. Hey, moving up in the world. 3 LEDs. And I got them actually right now in like 3 different like heat settings. You know, heat settings, light settings, warmth settings. Well, one's a little warmer, one's a little brighter. You know, trying to, I don't know, be better about that. But it really works well like this. With my new background, and if you haven't seen my reviews in the last week, I've been using the black background. I've been fiddling with it like crazy. It's just a cloth background that, you know, my wife donated to me because I had gotten like a black board. I didn't like it. I haven't gone in on getting one of those little like backdrop things because I have material I want to go through here first. You know, like we had some boards. Didn't really like that. Never even filmed with that. And then, but this, you know, black sheet looks good. It's like a really cool material, kind of like a sweatshirt type material, but it's like kind of sparkly on one side, which kind of plays havoc with the lighting a little bit with the camera. But I'm trying to get perfect on it. It's not because like every figure comes out a little different, so there's a lot of variable to it. I'm trying to get used to it, do my best, and I hope that, you know, is showing. I hope you're digging that, because what I did, how this all started was, well, I always like to refresh at the beginning of the year, like, and at the end of the year, I debuted like the new kind of look for the Ultrazilla, and just a more black and white of it. I think it looks good. The new thumbnails, which had to be tweaked a little bit because now there's black in it, and I kind of like my thumbnails to reflect the videos as much as possible. I mean, with a little punch up, you know, you're selling. It's like a cover, so a cover is always punched up. So, you know, the contrast and the colors are always punched up in my thumbnails. This is how I go about doing things. I'm from publishing. You know, you guys know I'm in the comic book industry. I am a letterer. I have been for a long time. I wrote comics before that. And I probably will be doing some writing in the future again. And there's going to be a tie to the channel at one point. I don't know what. I don't like to pigeonhole myself into one of these things. Because it's hard, you know, like with my schedule, it's hard to like really know what I'm going to be doing day to day. You know what I'm saying? I'm a freelancer. So work comes in, I gotta get it done no matter what. So, and a lot of times that plays havoc with the channel, as well it should. This is secondary to it, and not even secondary, because family is first and then work is second. And you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit down the line, but it's pretty high because I'm really pouring a lot into the channel. So what happened was I finally got a turntable here, and after experimenting with a couple of different ones that you guys didn't even see, and not liking them too noisy, too like shaky, I sent a couple back to Amazon. I finally settled on one which is a little big, and I'm struggling with like the positioning of a lot of the figures on it, but it's a little big. But that's because I do get some bigger figures sometimes, and I want to have enough room for it. I haven't tried to film any of those big figures yet because I don't know how that's gonna go. But I got this one, and it kind of went with the black and white aspect I was trying to go for at the end of the year, and I started the year off like that, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like how it felt, I didn't like how it looked, and, you know, you gotta be happy about these things, and I wasn't. So that's when I decided, let's go with a black background. You know, there's a few channels that I like that do that, so, you know, I think it looks good. If I could get it to look good, and I'll be happy with that, and I am sort of happy with it, much more happier than I was before. Again, it's very, you know, it's gonna be a work in progress, trying to get the proper settings. I'm constantly playing with it, and the figure plays into it as well. You gotta change, some figures are darker, some figures are lighter, and you gotta change where the lighting is. But I'm glad to have 3 lights because it makes me be able to play with it a little more. But I'm not using it on all 3 on all reviews because it doesn't work. Some figures just look better with it, and you know, I wanted the background to be as dark as possible, and it's tough at times, you know. So again, it's a work in progress for me. You know, it's funny because I used to do a lot of photography back in the day. It was one of my first jobs out of school, was like a photography job. So coming, you know, figuring out the lighting is like bringing back all these memories, and it's like I'll think of something all of a sudden, I'm like, oh yeah, I used to do this, and it'll work for like one review, and I'm like, yeah, and then the next review it's not so hot. So it's different. It is different. But yeah, that's how things have been progressing now. I hope you dig it. Let me know your thoughts. I haven't heard like a ton of thoughts on the background, but you know, you guys let me know if you dig the darker background. I think it plays well with what, you know, my space and my overall artistic, you know, sensibilities. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, it's one of the things I changed this year. You know, I'm just moving forward in the year. Like I hit the year, and I wanted to like do as many reviews as possible, like I said, coming out of the best of, and then just going in and just doing a few unboxings. That's all you've seen here. This is the first time there's been something other than unboxings and reviews so far this year, besides the the opening best of. Mainly because I have so many figures to get through, and I want to do as many reviews as possible. I do want to get back into the Ultrazilla news for sure. But I think I'm and there's been a lot of cool news that I wanted to jump on, but at the same time, I need to get comfortable with the background and what all I'm doing with the reviews and stuff. So I wanted to do that, but I wanted to do this as well because I needed to talk a little bit about everything I'm doing, because it sounds, it's good for you to talk it out, and I feel like the Vlogzillas are very important to me to just be able to talk, and not a live one, not anything, because it's hard to me to talk and then answer chats and stuff. But that's something that's staying. I really love, more than the premiere stuff, I do love the chatting during the live. I think that's really cool, and I like interacting with you guys, so that's going to be staying, like I said. So pretty cool things you're going to see in 2019. More live for sure with the chats. More premieres, but I got to figure out a better way. I've been talking to my pal Steven of Steven's Toy Reviews, who I mention all the time here. But we chat a lot, he's the YouTuber that I chat the most with, without a doubt. And we've been talking about doing some more collaborative stuff. The Mechagodzilla thing, I think, worked out pretty well when we did Mechagodzilla Night. So that was the... Oh, my coffee cup. That guy. Oh, where is he? That dude? Yeah. The anime one. Which is a nice piece from an otherwise really bad trilogy, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to be doing, I think we're going to work on possibly setting something up again together and maybe getting more folks involved. I broached the subject yesterday, and we got to talk about it more, but you guys let me know. Does something like a community night sound like something really cool to you? There's a lot of us in this kind of tokusatsu, kaiju review, import toy genre that and I'm not talking about the Marvel kids and the Star Wars, even though I collect Star Wars, but there's a lot of import Star Wars, import Marvel stuff, a lot of Marvel Legends guys that kind of all are in a clique together. And I feel like the kaiju community needs something like that, and even more so further, because I feel like this is a very strong community. You see a lot of the same people in a lot of the same places, kind of like you do with theirs. But creating something together, I think, is something cool, and something that would be fun for you guys if we had a dedicated monthly night maybe, or a twice a month night, where you can see a bunch of our videos premiere all at once. That is my idea for it, like a night of that. Something I want to work on this year, and at least trying to do it once. I am very good at coordinating stuff and being on top of stuff. I've managed softball teams, I've managed people at work, and many different businesses, so doing something like that is in my wheelhouse to do, and if I could do something where it's fun for us and fun for the community, I think that would be really cool. You guys let me know what you think about that, and it's the first time I'm saying it in public, so yeah, it's been something I've been thinking about, and that kind of stemmed from the people who do premieres, that as far as toy reviewers go, that I've seen, it's mostly us, I haven't seen too many people outside of us doing it, as far as toy reviews go. So something I want to think about more, and something maybe that we could, kind of cross-promote each other, and get a more tighter and knit community going, especially with the new Godzilla movies coming out. Godzilla movie coming out. I think that's gonna be it's gonna be a fun time for all us fans, and let's bring us closer together would be really cool. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Again, Ultrazilla News coming back at some point. I think around Toy Fair is what I'm targeting, which makes a lot of sense because there's gonna be a lot of news leading up to Toy Fair, and so maybe I would say maybe February-ish. That would be good. It would give me a good opportunity to do more stuff here. Finally get Devastator week off the ground, and that'll probably gonna be the last time I'm gonna do a week, because the reason why I stopped doing weeks was because I don't like doing a lot of reviews in a row of the same subject, because I I feel like I'm a pretty diverse reviewer as far as what I like to review. And to put so many things in a row kind of alienates some of the crowd. So I like to mix and match here, as much as possible. And as you guys know, though, like, I've been saying that I'm going to be cutting down a few things. I am, for sure, this year, I've been flirting with, like, various things of what I'm cutting. I've cut some things, but I've added some other things, and there's going to be some more things I'm going to add. It's hard for me to say exactly where I'm going. The one thing I will say is probably going to be, and I just kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying. Like, there's a lot of, like, Marvel superhero type reviewers out there, and I'm probably going to be cutting out a lot of that stuff. Not a lot of it, because maybe some import stuff I might get, and I reserve the right to get anything I want. I'm a collector first and foremost, and I want to make myself happy. So if there's something out there that I really, really want, then I'm probably gonna get it. Like the upcoming Figure Arts Hulk that's more like comic based. That one really looks really good, so I might be getting that. We'll see. We'll see how the year goes. But right now, the main one that I really, and so far there's 3 waves out, which is nuts. But Marvel Legends is a pretty definite cut on my part from here on out. And there's a lot of Marvel Legends here that I still have to review, and you're gonna see a bunch coming up. And there'll probably be a few pieces, throughout the year that I might be cutting. This was another one that's a big line that I was thinking about, possibly cutting down a lot. But as I've been getting these archive ones, I think this figure, like, really does it. For me, changes my mind completely. So you guys have been saying, that the folks have been saying, oh man, don't cut Black Series. I don't want to cut Black Series because I'm much bigger, and I've been realizing this over the past week, Star Wars fan. Not that I needed to realize it, because I know this. I'm a much bigger Star Wars fan than I am like a Marvel Universe fan, whether it's comics, even though like comics I go way back, as a huge comics fan. Just in recent years I haven't been, and it's kind of it took away a little bit of the luster on the Marvel Legends comics figures, whereas the Marvel Legends movie figures have been really doing it for me. Overall, it's just such a big line with so many pieces. I did the math recently, and last year, if you went all in on Marvel Legends, and I'm not even talking about the Marvel Studios stuff, you were spending like $2,500 just on the waves, and that's a lot of money, dudes. And I did spend a lot of money on Marvel Legends, so something definite. It doesn't even do that great on the channel. A few of the pieces have done good, but especially when I did like a whole wave review that one time, I did that, and I'm seeing a lot more people doing that. It's good and bad, like, I like it and I don't like it all at the same time. But yeah, moving past that, Star Wars Black Series is the same, Marvel Legends is going, that's basically what I was trying to say. There's going to be a lot more, you're going to see a lot of the same content as far as reviews go. I still have a ton of stuff to work through, a ton. So I'm going to be mixing and matching new and old stuff. And the Devastator week is, once I get past that, and it's going to happen, that'll be the only time you're going to see a lot of things in a row of the same things. One of the things I'm planning to do there, and I did it a couple times in the past year, is going to be doing a top 5 Devastators, because it makes sense to kind of end it with that in my collection, which I think there's only like 6 or 7 in my collection, so unfortunately 2 will not be in it. But I want to do more top 5s. I really liked doing the couple I did, so if I could do one a month, and there's like so many things here where I could like, do a top 5 of, like breaking it down more and stuff. I want to try to do one of those a month. It would be nice, so if I could get Devastator off the ground, week off the ground here, and I'm running out of time this month already, but it's still, I still have time. You know, like, don't worry about it. Then I just want to get some reviews ahead, which I'm trying to do currently. Then I will be able to film those reviews, do the top 5, and then move forward from there. Again, I will be at Toy Fair. I said that before. Well, I think I said I'm going to be at Toy Fair. Well, I'm going to be at Toy Fair. So stay tuned. I talked about the news being around Toy Fair coming back, the Ultrazilla news. But that's because I'm going to be there as well. So definitely follow Instagram, Facebook. I'm going to be doing a lot of, you know, pics and videos and whatnot from there. And so definitely do that. And then I'll do some sort of like recap here. As well as probably on the Repack podcast. So yeah, you know, the convention coverage here, at least on the East Coast, is a definite moving forward. It's hard for me to get out to like San Diego and all that, but you know, as long as I have the news going again, that'll be cool. I know a lot of folks liked when I did the news thing, so you know, I'm looking forward to getting it back on the channel. At the same time as I did last time, Sunday nights will be when it goes up. I think that's perfect as for a weekly news thing. So soon. Like, let me get past Devastator Week, and then I'll get, and you know, somewhere sandwiched in between that and Toy Fair, it'll, you know, come back. That'll be good. That'll fill up the 9 p.m. time slot on Sundays, unless I have something else I want to put there. You know. Subject to change. Card subject to change at all times. But guys, I just really wanted to come on and, you know, not really give you like my goals, but just to, you know, talk to you a little bit, you know, what's going on here, what I've been doing, what you know, I plan on doing this year. And I just want to grow and do my best. I'm posting less on a lot of groups than I did before. I have certain groups that I'm still going to post to because they're very friendly. But as time has gone on, people have gotten a little weird, and I've talked about this before, and I'm going to be doing a little less than that. I want to grow on my own, like, you know, like, I think this will be an interesting year for that, and we'll see how it goes. But, you know, I want to be able to grow on my own, and, you know, whether that's slow or faster, I want it to be based on what I'm doing here, you know, like, first and foremost, and I hope, you know, folks keep watching and, you know, tune in to what I do, and I hope maybe like the live stuff makes it a little cooler to tune in, because they know you'll know that, you know, you're gonna have access to me more often than before. You always do. You comment below. I answer almost every comment. You know, like, keep it cool. You know, because I'm, you know. Look, there's a lot of negativity in the world, so, like, don't bring it here, you know. I review the way I review. I have a very, 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 you know, decisive viewpoint on how I look at things, and that's based on experience and my own artistic preferences. So, you know, if you want to, and I only talk about the toy in front of me. I can only talk about this Gamera. You know, I've said this before. This is my philosophy. I will only talk about my figure, you know, like, and criticize my figure because I bought it, you know, like, or somebody gave it to me or whatnot, but it's something that is in my collection. I have no right to talk about anything else, you know, like, I just don't, you know, like, your figure might be different, and that's cool or not cool, and I'm sorry if you get a bad figure. But I can't say these figures are bad if mine is not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never be able to say that, and that's just not who I am. So just in case you want to know how I approach things, there you go. This is going all over the place now. But it's something that you should know if you're new to me. If you're new to me, you're probably not watching this because this is a long video of me talking. But, you know, these will be in there. Probably once a month. I like doing vlogs, you know, like, and that's about the frequency, unless there's some like milestone that I need to like go wow about. There is a milestone coming up for me that's pretty cool. I don't know exactly when I'll get there, but it's something that I'm looking forward to celebrating, I guess, you know, like, I think that, you know, something cool. But the growth of the channel, it's slowly moving. And I just, feel like I'm just gonna do the work and keep, my nose to the ground and just, work hard and give you guys as many reviews as possible. New toys, older toys, whatever, that doesn't bother me. I am never bothered by the amount of time I've had something. Never. Like, that's another thing. If you're new to me, you must know, philosophically, I feel like it's not about the actual toy, it's about me giving my opinion about that toy, and I could do that at any point, of course I want to get to stuff as soon as possible, but sometimes you can't, and I don't think my opinion is any less valid. You shouldn't always use these as your go-to, deciding whether to buy something or not. You can, and that's cool if I could help you in that way, but that shouldn't make your decision one way or the other. Buy stuff you like. I buy stuff I like. I don't really let a lot of people influence me on that decision. I mean, I do. We can't help it. There's gonna be times where there's something in my hair right there. There's gonna be times where you need a second opinion, you need a third opinion, and you want to know what other people think first. And I understand that not everybody wants to spend their money on stuff, but I am of the opinion, if I like something and I am a big fan of something, my fandom comes first, and I will order something and get it, and that's how I feel. I live and die by my decisions, and I think that's important, and I approach my videos the same way. I this is something I bought, it was my decision, and I will review it any way I see fit and talk about it any way I see fit. I will justify anything I want to because I spent the money on it. I don't believe in complete objectiveness in toy reviews or any review. There's a lot. It's mostly subjective. Granted, if this is broken, that's an objective thing. It's broken. I can't do anything about it. But that little bit of paint on here that may be weird to you might not be weird to me. That's there's objectiveness and there's subjectiveness, and when it comes to a review, there's a lot of subjectivity in it, is what I'm trying to say, and I try to keep it like that. Usually keep that mindset, and I'm very down to earth, and I'm very I understand what goes into making these toys. I've seen a lot of it firsthand. So I understand that, and I try to be very open-minded and not trash everything in front of me because it didn't come out the way I wanted to. There's a lot to look at when you do that, and your choice of how you approach that is very it goes back to you and how you look at life. So this came from commenting and positivity, but that's what I'm saying. Just there's a lot of negativity. We're talking about toys here, guys. This is a very happy thing, whether you're spending the money or not. It's there to make you happy, and so it should. So when I see so much negativity in here, it makes me a little bit sad. It's just oh man, it's why bother? Spend your money on something else. If you're gonna complain about everything. Not saying everybody does, because they don't. But I see it. I see a lot of fandom is like that in everything, and that's a little bit sad. I always say though, once you buy something, it's your prerogative to complain about it or to love it as much as you can. So there you go. All right, that's all I have to say about that. And that's it, guys. That is my Vlogzilla for January 2019. Let's move forward in the year and see what we can do here. Make this channel better. You have suggestions, you let me know. One thing I experimented with last year, I just want to put it out there, was, and just in case you noticed and you're like, oh, where'd that go? Because I got the turntable and I want to do more stuff with that and make that value, I took out the pics I was experimenting with towards the end of last year when I was doing pics and then like doing voiceover over it. That took me a long time because of a lot of photo editing and a lot of behind the scenes edits on that I had to make to the photos and then putting it together. Much longer to do than doing a turntable with the music thing. That, for my final thoughts, that is a much more easier and still good looking way to go. So I'm going with that. It was an experiment with the photos and I liked it, but at the same time I didn't. Right now it's a lot of it is how much quality can I get out of the amount of quantity that I want to put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give a little to give a lot, like, you take a little to give a lot, if that makes any sense. I don't know. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. If you noticed that, I'm sorry. If you like it, check out my Instagram. I always post pics there. So I'm back to square one there with that, because I wasn't doing that. I only did that for a few videos, and it was an experiment that just ultimately wasn't working for me. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, guys, that's it. I think I've said everything I've wanted to say. I have no idea. To my fellow reviewers, don't get down about the frequency of your reviews, the the number of subscribers and the amount of views. I trouble myself about that stuff as well. But it doesn't hinder me from keep moving on. I'm a firm believer, like, if you build it, they will come. It's such a silly thing from, Field of Dreams there that's always stuck with me. But it is how I go. And I try to, like a lot of my fellow reviewers know, like, I've posted on their things, reviews or, like, Instagrams, all about that stuff. I'm just very, like, I have a, tunnel vision with this stuff. Like, just keep going. Move forward. And, people notice. People notice work. It's a reason why in my thumbnails I boldly put the number of reviews now, because I'm very proud of that. I think that's something to be proud of. A lot of folks try to downplay it, but work is work. People notice work. You know what I'm saying? Alright, guys, that's it. Till next time, peace out, peeps.